The $1 million mistake that made my entire career. What started out as a tiny little lie ended up completely rewriting my entire life. 2 years ago, I was a broke college grad, desperate for an internship. I applied to this massive tech firm in Chicago, and somehow I got called in for a second-round interview. I'm sitting across from this super high-powered VP when he glances at my resume, smiles, and says, I see you used to work for Miller Logistics in Boston. My cousin is the CEO there. How is old Uncle Greg doing? Now, here's the problem. I had never worked in Boston. He was looking at the wrong resume. But my rent was due in 3 days, I was completely panicked, and before I could stop myself, I smiled and said, "Oh, he's great! Still, working hard as ever." The VP absolutely loved that. He hired me on the spot. For the next 6 months, I was living a total nightmare. Every single Monday morning, he'd stop by my desk, asking if I'd heard from Uncle Greg lately. I had to invent this entire fake backstory, checking LinkedIn to see where this random CEO was traveling, just so I could make casual small talk. I was sweating through my shirts, constantly terrified that one single email would blow my entire life apart. Things got real crazy when the company holiday party rolled around. The VP walks up to me holding a glass of champagne and says, "Hey, guess who just flew into town? Uncle Greg is by the bar. Let's go say hi." My heart literally stopped beating. My hands went completely numb. This was it, the absolute end of the line. I walked over to the bar like a man on death row, tapped this older gentleman on the shoulder, and braced myself to get fired or arrested. The man turns around, looks at me, looks at the VP, and then he gives me this massive, booming hug. "Hey, kiddo," he shouts. "Man, it is so good to see you. How's your mom?" I stood there, my brain completely melting, nodding along while this total stranger talked about our old times. An hour later, when the VP finally walked away, I grabbed the CEO by the sleeve and whispered, "Sir, I am so sorry. I don't know who you think I am, but I lied on my interview, and..." The CEO just chuckles, sips his drink, and whispers back, "Relax, kid. I know exactly who you are. You're the new marketing assistant. My cousin is a terrible judge of talent, but I've been reading your project reports, and you're actually brilliant. I just wanted to see if you'd crack under pressure." We ended up talking shop for another hour. It turns out, my fake uncle became my very real mentor. Last week, he officially promoted me to director. So yeah, I built my career on a massive lie. But honestly, I wouldn't change a single thing.